New Zealand, a small country, a beautiful island country. The first installment of World Updates this year, by the way, and hopefully we got ourselves updated with the latest World Update 12. A day to keep us busy uncovering all the improved areas of this region, ladies and gentlemen. Now, high level speaking, by now we pretty much know what changes we're expecting on this update. We've been through them. It's a must to have updated elevation data. Now, this has been improved along with photogrammetry and aerial imagery, giving us an overall better visual experience. By the way, make sure to subscribe. We cover the most of what's happening at the sim. Now, just for the purpose of reference, my card is an RTX 4080, set at Ultra for the most part. Improving regions is not an easy task. There's plenty of effort that goes into this, and the team have refined this area with the latest geospatial data that could get, and this includes digital elevation modeling, satellite imagery, and aerial imagery. Now, there are 6 photogrammetry cities in this update. That means half a dozen cities have seen a dramatic change, from Auckland, Christchurch, Hamilton, Nelson, Queenstown, Tauranga, Wellington, and Hobbiton. A good use of surface morphing. That's basically a technique that cleverly renders a region in a better fashion. Now, it's given that the sim demands requirements and greater attention to detail from a simmers like us. This can help obtain a good resolution that can be well presented without really taxing the application. DEM data is needed and a requirement at world updates. It's good to see the use of DEM data that can help the sim truly represent a topographic surface of the Earth. Governments aren't friendly always, and there have been some challenges previously to acquire some useful data pertaining to DEMs. New Zealand appeared to be a breeze with the help of local government. Now, what matters to me would be the difference in data generation when you compare a point of interest and the buildings close by. You can easily note the difference. Now, of course, you can't expect all the buildings to look above par, but rather a better representation that can make sense. Towards contrast, I don't see much rich contrast here, which is a good thing. It does have an overall natural tone, sometimes lighter, and sure looks natural. Now, in regards to the update, surprisingly there wasn't any Microsoft Store update, plus no updates on previous world updates. This is usually the norm of getting more updated data during this time. A future to hope on this. Now, overall, things have improved to a large extent here. Most of us didn't really have any issues updating the patch. Now, in regards to partnerships, this is where the magic happens. That's been the case with the locals here, being Orbix and NZ Assimilations, working together producing 9 airports. Now, many teams have gone to different lands, and pretty much every update, they are in charge of points of interest. Usually, a team called Perfect Flight, who are part of world updates, offers different activities. This includes bush trips, discovery flights, and landing challenges. I'm hoping that they took care of this effort as well. Now, airport data are some of the things that are included during world updates. We didn't really see them in this update, however. There are plenty of areas to be addressed still. This is more of a cosmetic change, and if you observe from this update, we do see a better change on roads. Not the signs, forget about the signs for now. Roads can make a bit of difference in the scenery, a needed aspect for sure at the sim. We ought to see bridges, and that's where things can be even more interesting on a VFR flight. One of the common issues we see quite frequently in most places would be buildings. It has a melted cake feel to it. Now, let's look at the bright side in this particular aspect. It appears that the generation of building asset via Black Shark AI is a good thing. It has improved a great deal. Not to forget 9 handcrafted airports. From the Gisborne Airport, Milford Sound, Martins Bay, Georges River Airport, all the way to Westport. Let's look at some of them here. Now, looking at the Gisborne Airport, NZGS in short. The runway textures appear to be well done here, plus a good use of ground assets that relate to the environment. Milford Sound Airport, NZMF in short. It serves as a Milford Sound tourism destination, including boats, kayaks, Milford Track, as well as fishing boats. A small regional airport located in New Zealand's Fiordlands region of the South Island. This isn't live weather by the way, but definitely looks pleasant. Now turned into live weather and we see quite a change here. We have 9 airports that have been reworked on this world update. Did we miss out on points of interest? We have 30 of them, and each of them carefully crafted and hoping to not affect our performance of our systems. Not just the Cardrona ski resort, we see some good reworking of elevation detail on the surrounding areas as well. There's so much more to discover in New Zealand. Overall, I would say I'm quite pleased, and it has to be the foundation of the code with Sim Update 11, which have made things more seamless to integrate well with World Update 12. The scenery looks more refined, looked after, with better DEM data, elevation detail, imagery, plus the manner buildings are generated using Black Shark AI. It appears that buildings do relate to the region, and it makes more sense. The settings are all set to max here with Ultra. The graphics card used here is an RTX 4080. A good update overall. Now observing and commenting is easy. The work that really goes behind is quite a lot, and I would say this is a great update overall. Big thanks to the team again for this. In regards to the Logan Legend series, did we imagine the de Havilland Caribou to look this fantastic? Take a good look at how beautifully this has been crafted. The Caribou appears to be one of the most beautiful Logan Legend installments here at the Sim. An aircraft that can handle rough terrain, and it does sport a mysterious design here as we see it. Mostly used for military purposes. Now looking at the potential, the Caribou was used as a STOL aircraft in many ways, appealing to commercial flying. Post-military use, most of these aircraft were reused for commercial purposes. It's a classic for sure, and the first flight was in 1958, which later after more than 5 decades retired at RAAF. Now primary users were the US Air Force, US Army, the Royal Canadian Air Force, and the Royal Australian Air Force. It sure looks promising, and look at the pricing here. It's $14.99, that makes it a steal. The month of February has been an exciting one. We do have the Antonov AN225 that's yet to be released. Another exciting addition to the Sim. We're gonna test more areas of New Zealand, and do subscribe for more. We have plenty more terrain to cover. Until next time, do take care.